Howdy everybody, thanks for dropping into this episode of Dream Makers, where it's going to be lots of action, lots of adventure, and you're not going to want to change that channel. Howdy everybody, Johnny Piazza here, host of Dream Makers, and today we're going to be throwing down a turkey hunt double. That's right, we're going to be going on two separate turkey hunts with two different recipients, and both hunts are going to be a lot of fun. But before we get to those hunts, I need to tell you about how we're able to make this show possible, and that's through the Outdoor Adventure Foundation. And the Outdoor Adventure Foundation provides hunts and other outdoor adventures to youths under the age of 25 with life-threatening illnesses and disabled veterans. And thanks to our sponsors, we're able to do a really good job of it. And that's not just people that donate. That's also companies that actually sponsor this show and make these hunts and this show possible. So if you're out there and you've got a company you're interested in sponsoring the show, please feel free to reach out, because we're always looking for new partners and new ways to make big outdoor dreams come true. All right, so I gotta be honest, I'm not gonna lie to you. I am extremely excited about today because turkey hunting is my favorite type of hunting to do, period. And let me tell you something, it is also an awesome hunt to bring our recipients on. We get tons of dream requests for turkey hunts, and I think the reason is pretty simple. Turkey hunting is very engaging. You get to call to them, you get to hear them gobble back. You get to interact with the animal and make some moves and counter moves to where you gotta outsmart them to get the job done. And it's a lot of fun for our recipients to be able to go out and do that with some of our hosts and have a good time. And I'll tell you what, we've had a lot of successful turkey hunts in the past. And actually not too long ago, we had a young man named Jared. He was a recipient of ours, and his dream was to complete his turkey slam. He was actually a very big turkey hunter, and all he had left on the list was his Osceola. So we linked up with Randall Marsh down in Florida, and we were able to make it happen.
You have an opening, take it when it clears. You have an opening for them? Yeah. Okay, shoot him. Nice! Nice!
And then we met up with Jameson, and we went out with Paul and Jameson. Paul actually guided him, and Jameson was able to take his first Jake. And yeah, it was just a Jake, but it was an awesome hunt. And to Jameson, the trophy of a lifetime. And then we were able to set up a turkey hunt for a young man named Brett. Brett was unfortunately diagnosed with cancer, but his one dream was to go on a turkey hunt, and we were able to make it happen.
Quite the rush.
You know, in all honesty, it's just a lot of fun to watch our recipients go on turkey hunts because they get to experience every aspect of the hunt. You know, the going out, the moving around, the trying to make it happen, the calling, the gobbling. It's an all-inclusive experience, and to watch them have success is awesome. Now, that being said, this episode is just getting started because we've got two fresh turkey hunts coming at you, but you're gonna have to stick around till after the break to see them, right here on Dream Makers. So our first hunter on deck, his name is Logan, and Logan actually was diagnosed with leukemia. But Logan is a tough young man. You know, he's been getting through it, but his wish was to go on a turkey hunt. So the guys at the Outdoor Adventure Foundation, they came together to make it happen.
My name's Logan Falk. I'm from Hankinson, North Dakota, and I'm here to shoot a turkey.
So normally when you think of springtime, you're thinking of birds chirping and green colors starting to show up, but not in North Dakota. Not this time of year. It's early in the season and it's still a little bit drab outside. Those spring colors haven't kicked in yet, but hopefully that's not gonna stop these guys from putting a big old tom on the ground, because there's plenty of them around. Now, joining Logan on this adventure is the founder of the Outdoor Adventure Foundation, Brian Solom, and also Outdoor Adventure Foundation cameraman, Jacob. Now, Jacob's gonna be doing a little bit of guiding. He's had some experience turkey hunting, so he's gonna be taking Logan through the ropes, and hopefully they're gonna get on a bird.
Okay, we're gonna go up here a little bit more and just make sure that those turkeys aren't on this side, because you don't want to get busted by both of them. Does that make sense? Okay.
So the guys go out and cover some ground, but no luck. But Jeff's been seeing a lot of birds right behind the house. So what they're gonna do is they're just gonna go ahead and put that blind right behind the house. So the guys are in the blind and some jakes show up. Now, there is nothing wrong with shooting a jake, especially for a first-time turkey hunter. But they've heard some of those more deep guttural gobbles in the background, so the guys are gonna bide their time, just enjoy the show, and hope that that big old longbeard Tom shows himself. So finally the calling pays off, and sure enough, here out of the woods walks two toms. But they're kind of heading in the wrong direction. They're heading from left to right, and they're not coming directly at the blind. Now, a little tip I've taught myself in the past is if a bird is heading directly towards my setup, I will never call to him. But in this situation, Jacob reads the writing on the wall and decides, you know what, I'm gonna throw a few yelps and see if I can peel one of these toms off. And sure enough, it works.
Thanks Outdoor Adventure Foundation for giving me the opportunity to shoot my first turkey.
Awesome, man. Good job. Congrats.
We were here earlier today and we chased some turkeys, but we didn't get the opportunity to shoot any. A couple hours later we came back and we went a ground blind here and we waited. A couple turkeys went by, but they weren't the ones we were looking for. We waited for the right one and we shot it. This is the first turkey I've ever shot. First time I've ever been turkey hunting. Yeah, it was exciting. I'd like to thank the landowner, Jeff Johnson, for giving me the opportunity to hunt on his land. I'd also like to thank the Outdoor Adventure Foundation for helping me shoot my first ever turkey.
So Logan gets it done and puts this bird in the dirt. No problem at all. And you know, I'm proud of Logan, as I am with all of our recipients. You know, they go out here, new environments, new hunting styles, and time after time they make it happen. And you know, looking at Logan and watching everybody's reaction, I mean, you could tell this was an awesome hunt. It might have been behind the house, but who cares? You know, if that's where the turkeys are, guess what? That's where you're gonna go to kill them. And they brought these birds in, and Logan finished it off with an awesome shot. So if you're out there and you've been enjoying this episode, well, I got good news for you. It ain't over yet. We've got one turkey hunt left with a young lady named Haley, and they are absolutely covered in birds. You won't wanna miss this. Coming up on Dreammakers. If you've got a question, we've got an answer. This is Dreammakers Q&A. Welcome to today's Q&A, everybody. On this Q&A, I actually had a gentleman reach out to me on Facebook by the name of Curtis. Curtis is from Utah, and he asks, "Hey man, I watched a few of your videos on the Pursuit channel. I'd like to get involved and help out, whether it be donate my time or line up some hunts if possible." First of all, ironically, Curtis actually ended up following through with his request. And he set up a hunt with one of our recipients, Logan and he took him on a mountain lion hunt, and they had a heck of a good time. For those of you out there that may have the same question, if you want to get involved and maybe set up a hunt or donate, all you have to do is go to our website. You'll find all of the information to contact us, and we'd be happy to get you involved, because I'm telling you, you will never forget the big outdoor dreams that you make come true right here with the Outdoor Adventure Foundation. Curtis, that's an awesome question, and thank you for your donation. And if you're out there and you have a question, all you gotta do is head over to our website or reach out to us on Facebook, and we'd be happy to answer them right here on Q&A. So on this next hunt, we're joining Haley, and Haley was actually diagnosed with cancer. But that being said, I can tell you a little something about her, and that is that she doesn't let anything get her down, and she always keeps a positive attitude regardless of her situation.
Yeah, I've been over a year cancer-free. It's been pretty good. Nothing bothering me, I guess I could say. It's pretty cool getting to do all these great hunts.
So joining Haley on her adventure is going to be her grandfather, Darren. He wanted to show up for the good times, and also along for the ride is going to be Jacob. Jacob's the Outdoor Adventure Foundation cameraman, and he's going to be doing his best to do some guiding and filming, capturing it all on camera.
Today is Saturday, May 9th, and I am headed to Rugby to hunt with Haley and her grandpa, Darren. And we're going to do some turkey hunting, and I'm driving through a winter wonderland. We're getting a bunch of snow here.
So the landowner on this trip, his name is Bert, and I've got to give a quick thank you to all of our landowners, because the fact of the matter is the Outdoor Adventure Foundation, we would not be able to do what we do in providing these dreams if it wasn't for them letting us come out and hunt on their properties. So Bert is actually going to be joining Haley and Jacob and pointing them in the right direction. He knows the property better than anybody, so he knows where the birds are at.
Well, my original game plan, I was thinking we should get on the other side of the feed lot.
Okay.
And I'm hoping they haven't come in to feed yet, and then get in between. There's a big open area where they were all strutted up last week when I was here.
Okay.
But I couldn't call them away from the hens, but I'm hoping this week it will be different. It's been a week, so.
Yeah.
I told Darren maybe set up a blind for an hour and a half.
Okay.
And if we don't absolutely hear anything or see anything, maybe we can just leave them.
You're good to run around and do the run and gun style, lay in the...
Yeah.
You'd rather do that or be in a blind?
It doesn't matter to me. I think they'll both work.
As long as you get a bird in front of you?
Right.
Yeah.
Hopefully we hear one right away and it's all easy after that. Set up like you said from this point.
We got like 4 and 10 hours. So this is where they've been since they brought the cows.
Yeah,
in,
that's where he
they've been.
feeds. That's where he... And there's turkeys around here, so we'll give it a whirl.
What do you think, Haley?
Pretty cool. Little
Excited?
anxious,
Yeah. See how bad we shake when they come in.
So they're going to be using decoys on this trip, and you know, there's a big debate on whether or not to use decoys when you're turkey hunting, because I've had a lot of hunts screwed up by decoys, but I've also had a lot of awesome hunts because of decoys. And when you set them up, it's got to be in the right position. You don't want to put them directly in front of you, because then that bird's going to be looking at you the whole way in. You want to put them off to the side or in a position to make sure that your hunter can make a move, get on the bird, and take a good shot. That's what decoys are all about, helping to bring that bird in to where you can get a good shot. So the guys are sitting there and they're waiting on a tom, but a hen shows up. Now, she has no tom behind her, but one thing that many people don't know about hens is just because that tom isn't in tow, doesn't mean he's not in the area. So a lot of times what you can do is call to that hen and upset her, and you going back and forth, that'll drag that tom right in there. The only problem with this plan is that it doesn't always work. So Jacob lays down a few yelps, but she ain't interested, and she walks off. I think this hunt is over. So this particular hunt may be over, but the adventure isn't, because Haley still has a whole bunch of turkey hunting to do. Stick around, Dreammakers will be right back. All right, so it's a 27-degree morning. Not exactly the type of weather you think of when you think of hunting turkeys, but that's North Dakota for you. So what they're gonna do is they're gonna sneak into an area where they know these birds are roosting. They're gonna get set up, put out some decoys, and just sit and wait. So sure enough, that sun starts coming up and they see the birds off in the distance. And then they start hearing gobbles. And that's when they know they made a good decision this morning.
Yeah, there's 2 of them coming in. You see them coming?
So these birds hit the ground, and come to find out there's some gobbling jakes. But Haley, she's a first-time turkey hunter, and she would be super stoked to put a jake on the ground, if they come close enough for a shot. I once heard somebody say that when a gobbler sees your setup and makes his way in, your hunt is over. Either he's coming or he's not. And normally calling to a bird that's heading towards you is bad news, because he could see your decoys here and hear you calling over here, and that's all it takes to hang a bird up. So Jacob, he knows these jakes are on their way in. So he just quits the calling and lets them come in. So the jakes start beating up on these decoys. And yeah, it's cool to look at, and yeah, it's awesome that they're close. But there's a different problem that this creates. Number one, these birds are bunched up, and Haley's got to be careful to not kill more than one. And also, when a gobbler's flogging and beating up on a decoy, you got to be careful, because that head is moving around like nobody's business. You got to take your time, relax, and be sure to make a good shot.
Was that the greatest show on earth or what?
That was so cool, and they were attacking the decoys. It was so funny. I tried to keep my laughing.
Come here, girl. You're just shaking. Good job.
My hand. I was like, oh.
What do you think?
Cool, it's heavy.
Oh, are you cold or excited?
Both.
So I am very impressed with Haley after that shot. First of all, she put the bird down, no problem. But this was a high intensity situation, one that would get a lot of people's blood going, even the most experienced hunter. But she doesn't let that trip her up whatsoever. She takes her time, she makes a clean, ethical shot, and finishes off the hunt, no problem at all.
Hey, nice shot.
I'd like to thank the Outdoor Adventure Foundation for letting me go on all these awesome hunts and letting me meet great people and great kids that went through something similar to me. It's just fun to go on these.
You know, all jokes aside, I do have a lot of people ask me why I love turkey hunt so much, and it's simple. It's a lot of action. It's a lot of fun. You know, you get to communicate with the animal and kind of make the hunt happen for you. And I think it is a very easy hunt to do with someone, especially someone who's younger. I mean, you know, the beautiful part about turkeys is you get to hear the gobble, you get to see a lot of action, and that's perfect for people that are just getting into hunting. You know, it gets them stimulated and it keeps it exciting, and it just grows that passion for hunting. Now, you know, as far as the Outdoor Adventure Foundation goes and what we do here, I love being a part of it. You know, this whole organization is filled with passion. You know, getting to watch these kids and getting to watch people go out and fulfill their dreams, it really doesn't get better than that. So if you're out there and you've been liking what you've seen on this episode, please give us a call, you know, get involved. Whether you're a landowner or maybe a potential sponsor, or maybe you just want to donate, you can go to our website and find out all the information there. We also have the Spare Change app where you can give your credit card number, and all the purchases that you make will be rounded up to the nearest dollar. And it's a great way to donate and support our mission. Now, if you're out there and you've been watching, I just want to thank you for tuning in, because this has been a special episode. I've sure enjoyed it, and I hope you have too. And we will be sure to see you next time right here on Dream Makers.